and watch the show. I'm gonna be explaining some basic computer networking in 5 minutes with your boy Brantley. So sit back and relax. So first, what even is a computer? A computer is like an electronic device, pretty much. For example, we have our computer over here with our PC. But how does the computer even connect to the internet? It doesn't have a Wi-Fi. So we have the Wi-Fi router. I'm using a box because I'm not very good at drawing chat. We have our router. And the router has a little antennas that's sending off these little signals. For example, like 5G signals could be 4G, 3G, depending on your Wi-Fi router. Sending off signals. The PC is constantly checking for Wi-Fi routers. And then it finds it when you try to connect. It says, hey. It says, hey, basically the computer is asking, hey, can I connect to you? And the router sends it back a little thing, a little signal called packets. A packet is like basically data that travels in a stream across the internet, basically. Little small packets that basically tell what the client to do. Let's just name our computer the client, because client side stuff. So the computers are our client, basically. And our client, our anything that's a client, it's trying to connect to something else, like a server. Now, what if you had a DNS server? Like, DNS servers are like used for like whenever you go to google.com. So you might, depending on your DNS set and your settings on your computer or console or anything, it will auto connect to that DNS server. First, it will ask the Wi-Fi router, "Hey, can I connect to DNS server?" And the Wi-Fi router said, "Yes, improved." But the Wi-Fi router also has a firewall. Sometimes it can be strict and block certain websites or like servers. Our DNS is like a box, and you're opening a web browser and you say you want to go to google.com. Well, google.com ain't really English. It actually represents numbers, like an IP address. That's what it represents. So your computer will go, your web browser will ask, go to the DNS server, and it'll ask, hey, can you give me the IP address for Google server? Then it says, here you go, which allows your computer to connect to Google, basically. Now, what if we had, what if we have an issue? Like, for example, you might have a server. Now, what if the DNS server goes down? Like, what if there's an outage? Like, if the DNS server goes down, then your computer won't be able to connect to google.com. Basically breaks the connection. Unless there's a different DNS you can use, but if they're all down, then you can't do anything, which is it's not probably never gonna happen. If that does happen, it'll probably be a global internet crisis, but yeah. But what if your Wi-Fi, like your router, like blocks the connection where you can't do anything? Well, unless you use a thing called a VPN. A VPN can encrypt your traffic online. For example, NordVPN. For example, this is you on the other side of the world, and this is NordVPN servers. You might want to connect to NordVPN or something. And that can that hides your IP address, but it doesn't make you fully anonymous. People can still track you down, like stuff like that doesn't make you fully anonymous. It can just help though to connect to stuff. But yeah, for example, what if we have ChatGPT, like the crisis for the RAM shortage that's going on? Let's say we have a ChatGPT here, and you want to connect to ChatGPT, but first you have to have a client running. Like a client can also be a program. Like a client, like for example, if you're playing a video game, like on Steam, you have the Steam client. The Steam client is constantly, it opens a port on your computer or listens for ports. A port is like a door on a computer. Like it lets you. So think of ports as like doors that let you. Like port 80 for HTTP traffic and port 443 for HTTP traffic. But yeah. And then we can connect to ChatGPT through that port, the special port, using the client. Our clients like the program running, opening the ports, managing everything in the background on your computer. But yeah, that's pretty much basic networking in 5 minutes. So make sure to like and subscribe for more tech